What if your Steam backlog's coziest game also judged you every time you guessed wrong? Strange Antiquities looks cuddly. T-Rain, a cat named Jupiter. But under the velvet it's a razor, an occult artifact puzzler where you ID mystery trinkets with your senses, cross-reference dusty tomes, and then gamble your pride on being right. If you wanted Strange Horticulture with fewer leaves and more severed hands, welcome back to Undermere. Here's the pitch that matters to your time and money. This is a 10 to 12 hour detective box. Inspect items by sight, sound, touch, even inner perception, then triangulate using symbol and gemstone guides. Solve a customer's problem, label the piece, shelve it like a tiny solved case. Miss, your fear ticks up, flub too many, and you're dumped into a dice minigame to reset your guesses. It's equal parts cozy, and I am not sleeping until I decode that rune sequence. Where the critics align, the loop is satisfying. PC Gamer lands at an 80 for its creepy cozy cadence and those delicious eureka pops when a sketch in a side book finally clicks with the pendant on your desk. Nintendo Life Switch review dubs it a little antique shop of horrors in the best way. Great mystery drip, meaningful choices, multiple endings. DualShockers is right there with an 8 of 10. Celebrating bigger scope and some honest-to-goodness fist-pump moments when a stubborn puzzle cracks. Where they clash, freshness and friction. PC Gamer says it's not as novel as Strange Horticulture, even as it layers new toys like an energy signature viewer for artifacts and expands beyond the town with castle crypt excursions told via evocative text. Nintendo Life loves the vibe but calls out console quirks. Small text, fiddly stick cursor, no card rotation, and handheld is best. Advice. Plus kudos for options like arachnophobia mode and auto-labeling to save your thumbs. DualShockers warns about the other edge of the blade. A barrage of back-to-back puzzles, occasional untelegraphed mechanics, and burnout if you're not the type to stew on a riddle until it squeals. Take. Strange Antiquities is a refinement sequel. It trades the novelty of Horticulture's first wow for deeper shelves and cleaner detective work. The craft is meticulous. Artifacts feel tactile, maps seed just enough narrative dread, and your desk is a puzzle box with secrets that slowly unlock. When you finally figure out what that crank socket is for, it's chef's kiss game design, but it can be opaque. The game sometimes assumes you'll try a verb it hasn't taught you yet, or that turn left means what this map means by left. And that'll spike the fear meter for reasons that feel more UI than you. Let's get practical. How it plays best. Platform reality check. On PC, the mouse makes micro inspections painless. That matters when you're hovering for faint runes or subtle textures. On Switch, plan for handheld comfort, bump the cursor speed, and lean on easy red fonts and auto-labeling. It's playable docked, but UI friction is real. Pace yourself. This isn't one more run, it's one more clue. 2 hours per session is the sweet spot before your brain turns to peat moss. If you're stuck, shift to a different artifact or take a map excursion. The game is designed for lateral thinking, not brute force. Read like a librarian. Your books won't show a perfect match. They triangulate materials, symbols, and vibes. If an object lacks an energy signature, that is a signature. Manage risk. If the fear meter is climbing, use the hint system guilt-free. It's tiered, not spoilery, enough to nudge, not solve. The dice tax is cute at first, tedious later. Pattern interrupt. The shop counter is a character. Those ring runes around the edge. Not just decoration. The clock? Not only cosmetic. Strange Antiquities slowly turns the UI into the mystery, and that's where it outclasses copycats. Your workspace is the dungeon. Stance. This is more whispered dread than capital P plot, but the choices land. Customers present gray area requests. Sometimes two antiques could solve it in morally divergent ways, and the game warns you when a choice will echo. It doesn't club you over the head with endings, but the epilogues show where your recommendations steered Undermere. Expect pathos, not shock. It's less gotcha twist and more you live with what your shop sold. Is it fair or unfair? Here's the line. When a puzzle unlocks after you finally notice that tiny recess on the statuette. Fair? When a necessary interaction wasn't visualized the way every prior artifact was. Less fair. DualShockers' scholar or monkey feeling is accurate. You'll alternate between feeling like a genius and poking at shiny things until they squeak. I laughed at myself both ways, but some will bounce off the opacity. Value check. Roughly a dozen hours for a first pass, more if you chase alternate outcomes. Solid. Production is tasteful and consistent. The score sneaks up and layers in as your case board fills. And yes, you can pet the cat. Jupiter remains an S-tier shop assistant who hates the bell. Mid-video verdict, then one more wrinkle. If Strange Horticulture charmed you, this is a buy. If you love tactile deduction and don't mind occasional what does the game want from me moments, also a buy. If you require pristine UX and hate dice penalties on wrong answers, wishlist and revisit when you're in a patient mood or on PC. And if you're on Switch, handheld is the move until a patch adds better card rotation or text scaling. If this kind of no BS deep dive is your jam, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe. If you're nodding or fuming, drop a like so this take survives the algorithm. Final spark to debate below. Is Strange Antiquities' occasional opacity the price of discovery, or should modern puzzle games surface affordances so clearly that the only mystery is the answer, not the interface?